Well, Jada Pinkett Smith leaves it all on the red table with her daughter Willow and her mom Adrian by her side as hosts of the popular Facebook Watch series Red Table Talk. Every week, the three generations of women invite viewers into the Smith home for candid conversations with family, friends, and celebrity guests. And from her red table to ours this morning, Jada, good morning.
Good morning.
I know our red table is not quite as fabulous as yours, but what is it about? I suddenly feel the urge to spill my guts and tell you everything about my childhood. What is it about the red table?
I think it's just, a lot of people call it a talk show, but it's just a storytelling show. So we come to the table to share our stories,
Well, people really come to your table and share their stories. They go deep.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
I think because it's a conversation. It's not just a journalistic kind of relating. It's like I'm sharing my story as you're sharing your story. And so we get into a conversation about mistakes we've made in our lives, lessons we've learned, and, just coming to the table for an aspect of healing as well, and compassion for ourselves and to help others have compassion for themselves and for people in their lives. So that's what it's about. The red table is really about a healing. It's a healing instrument.
I think you have almost 7 million followers now. Are you surprised that this turned out to be such a huge hit?
I am. It started off as a passion project. I had no idea.
You called it a hobby once.
I did.
You thought it was a hobby. Now it's a career.
Yeah, it's become my day job. So.
Yeah. You recently had Demi Moore on.
She's on
with
today.
her daughters.
Yeah.
Yes, and you guys gave us a clip. I wanted to air a little bit of it.
Okay, cool.
Do you refer to yourself as an addict?
I fully identify as an addict alcoholic. In January, I'll have 8 years sober.
Yeah. But it's interesting, though, I never heard you use language like that necessarily when we were kids. And so I remember even, having a lot of frustration towards you, and the times, you called going away to treatment camp. I had so much of this undealt with anger that I hadn't let out because I didn't understand what was going on.
Yeah.
And I think at the time, I didn't have a healthy relationship with alcohol.
Yeah.
That's the conversation you're talking about.
Yeah. This show in particular is very, very special. I actually think it's one of the cornerstone episodes for Red Table Talk because I'm a child of an addict. So is Demi. I've struggled with codependency issues and my own addictions. So has Demi. And now we're talking about that parent pain that travels from parent to child. So now you have 3 generations, Demi having survived her relationship with her mother and actually finding a reconciliation there, and now starting that reconciliation process with her daughters. And my mother and I have been through that whole process. So it was a beautiful thing to be able to share in that kind of parental child healing moment together. Yeah.
And it's so current because here's Demi with her daughters, and then you're sitting between your daughter and your mother.
And Willow and I had a deep healing moment on Red Table because of Demi and her daughters coming to share their story. I had a real deep moment with Willow during the episode.
Willow's actually a few times have kind of revelatory moments.
Yes.
Are you ever wow, this is getting real? We're on TV, but this feels like real life here. We're actually making strides here in our own relationship.
Absolutely. And I think that's the beauty of it, because I think people are always really trying to figure out how to do that, especially in a family. It's so much pain and trauma that happens within a family, and you're always trying to figure out how to get past. What are those conversations? How do you talk about things that are not easy to talk about?
Willow talked about being the daughter of 2 really famous people.
Yeah. And struggling with that.
Yeah, what that was to carry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Demi's daughters talked a little bit about that, too, and that's actually where Willow, Rumor, and Tallulah really had a, where they could relate.
Yeah.
Share the reality.
Now, Will has been a guest on the Red Table. Is that a good, hey, you know what, I've got a few marital issues I need to sit down just with me and 6.7 million of our closest friends. Right. Does he like sitting at the table?
Oh, he loves sitting at the table.
Yeah.
He really enjoys it. Yeah.
Well, let's talk about your mom, Gammy,
yes,
as we call her on the show. I mean, not only is she wise and beautiful, she has a six-pack.
Yes.
You posted an Instagram picture, and I was like, holy abs.
Yes.
She's incredible.
Yeah.
You all, I mean, the genes in this family are fantastic.
She's in better shape than me. She keeps me on my toes. She's in the gym every day. Yeah, she's something else.
Wow, it's incredible. It's nice. How has it changed your relationship, the three of you, to have this shared project together?
It's brought us much closer, and I've really learned a lot about why sometimes real conversations between parents and children can be difficult. I've learned it through this process of being at the red table, and we've broken a lot of barriers. I mean, this table, the red table's been as healing for me as others have said it's been for them. But the dynamic between my mother and I specifically has changed tremendously.
Well, I think that's why people connect with it, because you're being your true self.
Yeah.
You're putting it out there. But that's a brave thing to do.
It is. But I think in these times, it's the only thing to be doing, honestly, you know.
Jada, thank you so much. It's so good to see you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Now everybody's going to want to see it, so I'll tell you where Red Table Talk can be found. It's on Facebook Watch every Monday at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, and the episode is today.
Today with Demi Moore and her daughters. Yeah, it's a beautiful one. Check it out.
Thank you, Jada.